Hello and welcome back to Cam FM. I'm Kim and I'm joined by the Set It Off guys. So if you want to introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Austin. I play bass.
Hi, my name is Max Danziger. I play drums.
Hi, my name's Dan Claremont. I play guitar and sing backup vocals.
And I'm Zach, and I play guitar.
So first off, the name of the band, Set It Off. Who can tell me about it?
I can tell you about that. Well, we came up with it a while ago, like 5 years ago. I was on my way to an MSI show, and we were trying to pick a band name that fit like a 3 short word category. I guess we noticed a lot of bands that we liked had this category of names. So we were looking for like 3 short words that fit well together, and I was listening to the song Come Before the Storm by Fall Out Boy, and the chorus goes, "Come before the storm, set it off." So, yeah, set it off. There we go.
And how did the band come together?
Basically, Cody, who's in the room, but he's just he's taking care of his voice right now, making sure he's gonna sing well tonight. Basically, he went to college at Oberlin, and he's always been a lover of rock music, and he used to record YouTube covers. Let me know if I'm saying this wrong. He used to record YouTube covers, and he recorded a couple all-time low covers and got a great response, and sent a video to Alex, I believe, asking if he could sing with him on the AP tour when they came to Cleveland House of Blues. That's where he was going to school, and Alex responded saying yes. He did that, and he just felt his love for playing live music opposed to being in an orchestra. So then decided to work out with his family, leave school, contacted Zach and Austin, we all grew up in the same hometown scene. And then later I jumped on ship, and then later Max jumped on ship, and here we are. Was that good? Was that accurate?
Yeah. Okay, Cody's giving us a clap. So what would you say were the influences of the band?
Well, there's a ton of different ones. I know Dan really likes Cirque Survive, and you know, Austin really likes Kevin Devine. So there's definitely a big difference in influences, but I'm a big fan of Paramore and Sum 41 and stuff like that. So you can't really just say one, but if there was one like big band we all agree on is Fall Out Boy, and that's where we got our band name from too. So they're a huge influence to us for sure.
Are you guys excited that they're now back on the music scene?
Oh yeah,
The most excited. Honestly, yeah, it's like seeing, you grow up going to see these people play, and they become like, even though you don't know them, it's almost like old friends of yours, people you don't get to see very often. They go away, and you don't get to see them play anymore, and they come back. And not only do they just come back, they come back with a great song. They're touring nonstop. They got a new album coming out, and it's just like, it's nice. It's like a mixture of like nostalgia, and you're excited for the future. It's just really
It was kind of funny because excuse me, we're a band that we tour a healthy amount, and we're starting to do bigger tours, and obviously we're seeing different countries and different continents. But when that happened, all of us turned into 14-year-old boys. And I was talking to our A&R from our record label, and she's like, "Why are you so happy today?" I'm like, "Excuse me, Fall Out Boy just released a new song," and we sent her pictures of my face, how excited we were. So it's kind of cool to have that feeling of being a fan of music again, being on the other side.
Okay. How has this tour been for you?
Incredible, I would say. The response that we've gotten from the kids at the show has been amazing. Yellowcard has been great to us. LP is playing drums for us tonight, Yellowcard's drummer. So I would say that the tour's been going great. And we're on a bus, which is incredible.
first time on
Not too shabby. We get to sleep for 8 hours a night, and it's just wonderful. We don't have to drive, and our driver's great.
This is our first time as a band ever playing overseas anywhere. So, I mean, this was the first time collectively got to all be in a plane together, all be in a bus together. We took a ferry from part of Europe to the UK, so we were on a boat, on a bus, on the ocean, so that was pretty cool. It's just a lot of firsts for our band. It's been great.
Okay. What has been the weirdest thing about being on tour in Europe and the UK? Austin?
Probably the different money. And one thing that was really annoying was just when I started to get used to the euro and saying euro instead of dollar and all that stuff, then we go to the UK where it's a pound. It's and plus there's a lot more coins in everyone else's currency, so we're used to dollar bills and all that sort of stuff, and there's 1,000 pound. There's 1,000 different coins in the pound, so that's kind of weird to get used to.
And also, the toilets don't flush here. All right? They just push everything around, and then it kind of just phantom disappears. Why don't they flush?
The other thing, the one thing that I've been waiting to happen for a very long time is I would talk to people like, "Hey, did you enjoy the show?" And they would go, "We love your accent." And in my head, I'm like, "No, you guys have the accent."
Hey, settle down. You have the accent.
Also, the language barrier in a lot of countries, that's been a weird thing. Like, I remember we were trying to get some food, and we were at a shop, and we were trying to figure out if something was included or not, because, we're all, like, really, cheap, and we don't, like, spend extra money. So, like, we saw something on the menu, we pointed to it, he started to make it, then he was, like, pointing to a bunch of, like, lettuce and stuff like that, and I was like, well, I want vegetables, but it's not in the picture. Am I going to have to pay more for this? And it took, honestly, probably a good, like, 10, 15 minutes to figure out if it costs extra.
So has this tour been sort of like a peak point and you're just going for the next bar?
Absolutely. This tour was pretty pivotal for our band. I mean, I feel like it was definitely a two birds with one stone situation. This is definitely, with any band we've toured with, this is the biggest level we've toured on, and obviously we're over out of our continent. So I think, if anything, this is a taste of what our future can be and what we can do. So it's pushing us harder to strive to be a better band and go to that next level.
Also, one thing that was incredible. I mean, the shows with Yellowcard have been absolutely insane. A lot of them have been sold out, but we had our first headlining show in London a few days ago. And normally when you play a place for the first time, especially, out of the country, you would expect 10, maybe 15 people to show up, and the room was packed. Everyone knew the words, and it was one of those moments where it's like, all right, we're in London and people know the words to our songs. Like, it was a big moment for us. So
it felt good to have a hot and sweaty show again too, without like a barrier, and the kids were right up on it. It was cool.
And how much do you think that the internet has actually helped you become big over here in the UK?
No, I'd honestly say, like, immensely. Like, without the internet, like, so many of these kids wouldn't have found us. Like, it's been cool because almost every single show we've gone to, we've actually had at least 10 fans come up and be like, yeah, we came just for you guys. And it's like we've never been here before. Like, we've never even, like, some countries that I didn't even know we had a fan base, like in, like, Vienna and, like, all that stuff, where it's like, oh, like, you've been listening to us for, like, this whole time and all that stuff. Like, it's really cool. Like, just in general, I feel like the internet is such an important, it's such a game changer. Like, talking to some of the bands who existed before, talking to them how they would tour and how they would book the shows and how they would gain the fan base, it was an entirely different game than it is now. And I don't know if I could say it's better or worse now, but it's different. And I feel like, the bands that are going to become big in this next generation and, in the past couple of years have all been people who've really been able to capitalize on the internet and keep active and keep people interested and engaged.
I would go as far as to say that Set It Off wouldn't exist without the internet.
No,
I mean,
absolutely.
It started with Cody doing YouTube videos and then decided he wanted to be, start a band. So, yeah.
Thank you, internet.
So
Thank you, internet. We love you so much.
so Cody's the better version of Justin Bieber then.
Yes. Yes.
The rock.
He's our little rocker Beebs. That's what he is.
Rocker Bees.
He's not as talented.
Not as talented as Justin Bieber.
That new Justin Bieber record is great, though. I mean, his other releases were but this new one,
I believe.
woo, great.
Boy, knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
Do you think that Cody's going to do a cover of it?
I don't know. Justin Bieber song.
Maybe Beauty and the Beat or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he's down. I mean, Cody has a real strong love for pop music. So, and I think it's very cool. He does those covers and crosses over into that. So, I mean, I don't see a Justin Bieber cover too far out of his future.
But if you could say something to your fans, what would be the first thing you'd tell them, Austin?
Put me on the spot right there. What are you gonna say, Austin? I'd probably say, like, you're great. I feel like a lot of, like, one thing we've always put a lot of attention into is just, like, really appreciating the fact that, like, there's these people out there who just spend time, like, spending money and listening to us on their free time, like, thinking about us and, like, trying to help us out. It's just, like, that's awesome. So, like, just thanks for doing that. It means a lot.
And what about you, Max?
Honestly, thank you. I mean, I wouldn't be here doing what I love if it wasn't for these people that were here supporting me, and it means everything to me. Whenever I see someone that our music has helped, it's almost like it's this great relationship because they're helping me, cope with what I'm going through in life. And there's a guy screaming out, doing something really weird outside. Anyway, they help me get through the day, and we help them get through the day, and it's beautiful, really.
And Dan, how about you?
Like the other guy said, thank you. I mean, it's the most cliche thing to say, but I feel like we do have the best fans in the world. I mean, right now, like in this room, we have a friend from home who, all the way from Florida, flew all the way here to come hang out with us and support us. And recently on this tour, we got a scrapbook from one of our fans who came to the Manchester show, and it was scrapbook pictures and messages and notes from a lot of our fans from the States who we haven't seen in months. And, like, that is the most heartfelt thing, that these people took their time for the past 5 years to support us and not give up on us at any point where they could have and find a band that they like better, but they're still here with us. You know, that's amazing.
And Zach, how about you?
I think what we like to call our fans is a Set It Off family, and I think that says really true. Just because, like, you know, we feel really close with our fans. We don't even really like to say the word fans because they're really, like, there isn't a fan that we don't get along with. You know, they're all, like, pretty much our friends. We all love hanging out with them. We all go to the merch table and we want to meet them. We want to say hi. We want to say thank you so much for doing what you do, because it really does. Without them, we would be back in Florida playing in Austin's office and just crying probably. So taking showers and crying and wishing we were doing something else. But luckily we still have, you know, we have that fan base that pushes us, and they really do. They push us to get out here, you know, since day one it's been come to the UK, and we're finally here, and we're very, very excited to finally do it.
And I saw Andrew tweet about Milky Bars and other chocolate bars. What has been your favorite sweet or candy, rather?
Those cookies.
Well, favorite. Okay, first of all, we just got some cookies that were really, really delicious. Buttons, yeah. Cadbury buttons have been excellent. Double deckers, really, really good. We had these things called milk chocolate digestives. I don't know if that's technically a sweet or not. And this probably doesn't count. But we were in Germany, and we didn't know that this was a thing, but there's all these kebab shops everywhere, and they're generally, like, I guess it's Turkish, I think, but it's called a doner box, and it's not a sweet.
High five on doner
Yeah.
boxes.
But it's like lamb and fries and salad and, like, sauce all put together. Yeah.
This is from Cody with high energy and exclamation points. He said Lindt caramel chocolate bar, and he also wanted to say sorry he couldn't be in the interview, but to the chocolate. What was that we had yesterday, Andrew? The Twix bars.
Oh,
Those
Twix caramel slice. Those are popping off. Also the mint arrows, like the buttons. Ooh.
There's honestly, I loved playing the shows, seeing the sights, but the food has been great. There's this place in the UK called Nando's, and wow, is it just excellent spicy chicken. I love it.
Yeah, it's been really cool because on this tour, like, we haven't really had this before, but, like, since it's bigger shows, we come into the rooms and a lot of times there'll be, like, a whole spread of, like, chocolate and, like, things to eat and, like, snacks and stuff like that. So without even having to, like, go out, we've been able to try a bunch of different, you know, things from Europe that we don't get in America. Not anything crazy really, but just, like, different brands of chocolate, different brands of chips and all that stuff. So it's been cool.
And what's been the best thing about this tour overall?
Oh, I mean, hands down, just the crowds, like, seeing the fact that, like, again, like I touched base earlier how, like, we've been a band for 5 years and people stuck with us. Like, in the U.S., they get to see us every couple months or couple weeks, but you guys haven't seen us in 5 years. You've heard our music, you've been listening to it, and you still stuck around. And to hear people where Cody points the mic to the crowd and they're singing the words back, there's no better feeling than that. And everybody's been so kind to us and so gracious to us.
Yeah, another really cool thing about the crowds is, like, I feel like the kids react to music here the way that we used to react to music when we were, like, 15. Like, they, you know, it's, like, nothing against, you know, the hardcore dancing, but, like, like, seeing a good old push pit is, like, it's really nice. Like, that's what I grew up on, and, like, playing shows where people, like, are so easily, like, interested in a band. You know, they'll hear us play for, you know, like, one or two songs and they'll just get into it. Like, in America, I feel like it's a little bit different to win people over, and, like, just the way that people react to it, it's just been phenomenal.
And what's your favorite song to perform?
Oh, man. Recently it's been Swan Song. I get to go kind of crazy for that one, so that's a lot of fun.
I'm going to go on a whim, and we've probably played this song twice this tour, but Plastic Promises. That is a lot of fun for me to play. Yeah, Cody says him too.
I'm with Max and Swan Song because I get to throw the heck out of my guitar.
Throw the who diddly what's it out of my guitar, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Swan Song too because it's a lot of fun. You know, it's a lot of fun to play that song.
Right now. So check it out. Check out Swan
Music
Song.
video for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the what would you say was Cody's inspiration for cinematics? I mean, who can tell me about that?
I think that the inspiration for cinematics was he wanted to, you know, paint a picture with everything. He wanted it to be like what you're listening to that song, you're in that moment, you're there. It's like a movie, so therefore it's called cinematics. And like even on the back, it's not track 1, track 2, it's called scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, because it's supposed to take you through in a range of motion and emotions. Like there's songs about losing somebody, there's songs about people breaking off from you and never talking to you again, and things like that. So it's a lot different from just I love that girl and she didn't like me and now I'm upset about it.
And we have and what's cool about like that record is we've really like fell into and gotten comfortable into the feel of a theatrical side. And this is a weird comparison, but Nicki Minaj has those different personalities she goes through Roman and those different voices, and not that he changes his voice, but you can hear the vocal dictation that he uses in certain ways where it can be very angsty, it can be very soft and beautiful, and that, like Zach said, paints a picture and it creates a scene in your head.
I think a big thing about it was making experiences that he or someone he knows has gone through, and something that's relatable, something that anyone would hear and be like, well, yeah, that's happened to me. And I think that kind of adds to like the intimacy of a show when you're listening to something and in your own head you're like, there's a song about a girl that kind of double crossed you, something like, or a significant other that double crossed you. Everyone's been through that, so even though he's singing about a specific person in his head, everyone has that one person, and they can all unify in hate or love or whatever it is the song is projecting.
Yeah.
And how excited are you guys to play your final UK show?
We're bummed.
Yeah, I'm sad. It's been great here. Like I can't. It's just been an amazing tour. I don't want it to ever end.
Yeah, I want to do it again. I want to do it. Just start from the beginning and just do it all over again.
Are you gonna get Andrew to get you guys back here as soon as you can?
I mean, I don't think it's.
We're taking him whether he wants to or not.
I know Andrew definitely wants us to come back, but I mean, we maybe hopefully we can come back before the year's over. We'll see how things goes. We have to go back to the States and do some stuff, but I mean, as soon as it's a possibility, we will definitely be back here. There's no question about that.
We're Set It Off, and you're listening to Cam FM.
Yeah. What?